I saw in a small regional newspaper about 2 days ago that there was a writers' gathering. And their first day together, they were going to, their topic of discussion was, before a word is written, the creative process revealed. And I'm thinking probably in a lot of professions it's something similar, but specifically for a writer, what creative process can a writer take deliberately to benefit their writing process in writing a book?
Well, when you realize that we're assuming most writers are wanting to write from an inspired point of view. In other words, it's a really rare person who has been moving through life and has been gathering up pieces of information, and now they just want to put all of those pieces of information together for, in other words, most of you are not writing users' manuals for toasters. And most of those who write them haven't used the toaster yet, in other words. And so most writers are reaching for something that's inspired. And the thing that we would like to say to anyone who's wanting to write anything is just gather together a handful of characters, define who they are, put them in a setting, and let them talk to each other. And they will, and if you understand that, and if you believe that, they will speak through you. Because there isn't anything that you would like to write about that there isn't plenty of experience that is ready to pour through you in a way that is meaningful. And so that's the way we would approach it. That's what inspiration is. But a writer, this is a particularly wonderful conversation, because writers, if they've been at it for a while, understand what they call writer's block is, where sometimes it flows and it's so easy, and sometimes it doesn't flow so easily, or maybe even at all. And we want to say to a larger group all around the world of deliberate creators, you often have living block, you often have life block, you often have that disallowance that is going on where you're just not allowing the inspiration. And what that is, every single time we can define it for you so clearly. You're standing in a place where you believe incorrectly that there is someone outside of you evaluating you and judging you, and so you are offering your behavior based upon what their impression of what you are doing will be, rather than upon how your synthesized emotional guidance system alignment between you and who you really are is. And so everything that we've been talking about has been about the path of least resistance, and the path of least resistance is the opposite to what a writer's block is, and the path of least resistance is in harmony with what inspiration is. And so as it turns out, with writing or with living of a day of life in any way, this is the thing that we want to say to all of you. It's all about the preparation. Stay with us. We're going to give it to you fully. Friends say, Abraham, I've jumped out of an airplane. I have no parachute. What do you think I should do next? And we say, hang on, it will be over in a little bit. Because the preparation is sort of paramount. The fact that you're in an airplane, you've jumped from the airplane, and you have no parachute sort of dominates the situation here. You get what we're saying? So if you've just had a fight with your wife, and you haven't liked her for the last 10 years anyway, and you have a long list of things about her that annoy you, and you let how you feel about her be the factor that influences the way you feel about most things, so you're all wadded up and not in sync with your source at all. When you sit to write, it's going to be bound up. It's the preparation, you see. If you are on the basketball court and you're irritated about the referee's bad call, and you've convinced yourself that he really is in the pocket of the other team, and you really believe that, and you're feeling the injustice of that, you're all bound up. And what you do next is going to be reflected by that. You see what we're getting at? It's the preparation. It's how you feel. How you feel, you got to practice yourself into feeling. You can't just observe life in all of its variety, pluses and minuses, pros and cons, wanted and unwanted, and have your vibration be about all of those things, and then step suddenly into a clear place where what you say is going to be inspired. It doesn't work like that. It's the preparation. It's how many walks you take, and how many deep breaths you've taken, and how much you've quieted your mind and therefore stopped the resistance. It's how much you're allowing your cork to float. It's the preparation, you see. And it's not a lot of preparation. In other words, we're talking about 30 days really of deciding that you are an extension of Source energy, and that Source has something to say, and that Source is really unlimited and will talk to you about anything that it matters to you, and that Source is particularly expertise on the things that you have defined that are important to you, and that they're all queued up in your vortex, and that anything that you want is ready to unfold, ready to be revealed, ready to be realized by you in a really satisfying way. And so it's about the preparation. It's not about what you do at work. It's how you felt going to work. It's not about how wise you were in a debate that you had with someone. It's how much love you had in your heart going into the debate. It isn't about, it isn't only about the agility and talent that you've trained your body to perform. It's about your attitudinal stance prior to the performance. It's the prepaving. It's the alignment. It's the practice of the energy.